guys, so we're back today. We have a leaky E90. We have a valve cover gasket that's leaking and the oil filter housing, as you can see here. Let's start with mileage. The car has roughly 120,000 miles, and those usually go bad every 60 to 100,000 miles. If you ever have a leaky valve cover, leaky oil filter housing, go ahead and do them both, because they'll get you can get a better deal with your mechanic than just doing them individually. One more thing, so taking this car apart, if you want to know how to take the cabin air filter housing off, go ahead and check out my video for the starter replacement, and that will give you a detailed instructions on how to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. It should be an easy job, you can do it. Let's go ahead and get to it, Beamers. Alright guys, so we're going to start with a bungee cord so we can take these cables and get them out of the way. Actually, first we're going to need to undo this bolt right here, which is an E14. So you want to go ahead and loosen it with a ratchet. So that's the second one right there, and that's a 16. It's actually an 18. Take this one off right here. And after you do that, go ahead and take the support bar, whatever. And then you put the bungee cord on these cables. Okay, once you have the bungee cord on the cables, you're going to go ahead and disconnect all the coil packs and the motor. Alright, after you take all these off, you're going to go ahead and undo the 8mm. Actually, first go ahead and... Oh, by the way, I've taken this off. All you need to do is pull on it and it comes off. Before you do anything else, go ahead and take these Torxes off. They look like T30s on that motor, and then pull it out. Alright, so what you're gonna want to do is get your 4mm Allen and get it to focus, and you stick it in the back. And you just undo it. Okay, so we're gonna take this 8mm right here. Careful, don't drop it. And then take this harness off. And then there's another one on the other side, same place. Okay, and now take this one off. Okay, now we get a screwdriver, pry this off. Once you got all that off, now we have room to take this bolt off. Yeah, so it is coming off pretty nice. And then once you take it all the way off, this is going to pop off. Here's the motor. And when you bring it back in, you're just going to stick in a 4mm Allen in here. You put it on and you tighten until you feel resistance, and that's when you're done. And we're going to take the harness off. That way we can get these wires out of the way so we can go ahead and proceed with taking the valve cover off. So to undo it, you're gonna turn this knob right here. It says lock, unlock. And then you gotta take the cover off. Take these guys out of the place. This way you create room for yourself. Just push all this stuff out of the way. At the end there's two cables for the oxygen sensor with a clip. Just pull them off. Go ahead and take the E10s off now. So these bolts will stay there. They're not going to come off. So the coolant reservoir is going to be in the way. We're going to take these two 10 millimeters off and this hose off and relocate it. Just bring it down here. That way we have room to take the valve cover off. I'm not going to take that hose off. You can, but I already have access. There's this hose in the back. This guy right here. You just pinch it and pull off. They might break, so be careful if it does. I'll link one in the description. Alright guys, it's off, and I know, I'm sorry, all these videos on YouTube do not show you how to take this off, but really there's nothing to show. If you take all the bolts off, you just have to work around all this stuff back there, and you know, take your time and take it off. There's no technique to it, you just have to clear everything. This got stuck when I pulled it, valve cover. It's pretty brittle, so we're doing good here. So I'm going to clean the valve cover with brake parts cleaner. So what you're supposed to replace when you take this off is the sensor. But the sensor has been replaced according to the customer. Those fail and cause some hesitation and a check engine light. Alright, so you get you one of these. They're in every store. And then you spray brake parts cleaner on it, and then go ahead and you just clean it all off. And I'm gonna have me a beer. This is I've never had this before. Let's see how it tastes like. It's ale. So bitter. Still drink it though. Alright, so we cleaned it with just those paper towels and then shop towels and the brake parts cleaner. Alright guys, so I put the valve cover on. Something to note, you see that this is how the valve cover stays in, so make sure you go all the way around and double check that you have these side walls all the way in. And I already went all the way around. Alright guys, so here's the trick to putting it back on. See this guy right here? Positive terminal, and then another one right here. They're bolted on the side right here. One 10mm, one 13. You take them off and you get so much room. Look at this. It's gonna be butter. Now that I said that, let's see if it's butter. If you hold it from here, you don't have to worry about the gasket coming off, which is always nice. Alright guys, so the valve cover gasket is back on. We put the bolts back on and we went in a circle. So basically start in the center, go up, back, there, and then keep doing that. Now I'm torquing them. The first bolt I started with is the 10mm in the center, and you want to torque everything to 89 foot-pounds.
Be careful when you use extensions, because you may...
Alright, so everything is back on. We are putting the seals back on. So this seal, to put it back on, make sure this dimple is on the top and you put it back in here.
That should be the first part you put back on. I just put that seal back on, and then, yeah, the E8's in there.
Alright, so you put the motor back on, you just push it in there and it will stay. It should stay.
And you start.
Alright, E8, and then now what you want to do is grab your 4mm Allen and stick it in the back. You turn it until you feel resistance. See, now it's stopped. I can't turn it anymore. Don't use any ratchets or anything. Just turn it with your hand. And once you feel resistant, that's where it's supposed to be. And then put this hose back in here. That's in. We are looking good, guys. Alright. So we'll put this guy back on. Make sure all the clips are clipped back in place. Now you can just drop it in there. Put the injector's harness back on. Oil pressure sensor and oil pressure switch and the coolant temperature sensor. Alright, before you put the coil packs back on, make sure you put these back on. You just push them in place. Alright, I like to start the cars I work on right after the work. That way I know that nothing is wrong. And, you know, nothing was, damaged or improperly installed.